Oh boy, I've been talking on silence for the past minute or so. Hello, everybody. Today is Monday, November 10th, 2025. I forgot to turn the microphone on, but that's my fault. That's my fault. But the thing that's important is that I figured it out. Nobody had to tell me. I figured it out on my own. I hope everybody is doing great. Just sitting here talking to a friend, an older friend. Well, not an older friend. Sitting here talking to somebody who's about like 30 something. But this person has recently had their tonsils removed, and they're asking me for advice on because I had my tonsils removed about 2 years ago. And in case you haven't figured it out, I am not a young man, right? Most people, like, when you get your tonsils removed, and like, if you're lucky, you get them removed as a kid. Because I remember my daughter had her tonsils removed when she was probably about 5 or 6. And she bounced back. Like, she was crying and sore for a couple of days, but then after a few days, boom, she bounced right back. I had my tonsils out when I was, I think, 47 or 48. And it took me about 2 weeks to get back to normal. It sucked. It really sucked. And like, it wasn't even one of these things where like, but when I got my tonsils removed, I did something that, like, I read that some people did, and then some people, like, I had mixed feelings on whether or not you should actually do this. And that was basically just eat normal. Just eat normal once you have your tonsils removed, and like immediately after. And I kind of did that. Like, my wife went out and bought me all kinds of stuff, like soft food. She bought me like protein drinks, and she bought me like pudding, and because I asked for pudding and things like that. But honestly, I was eating rice and fried chicken like the next day. It hurt, and it took me a lot longer to eat, and I didn't eat as much because it hurt. But actually, I think it made me feel, I think it like helped me get back to normal kind of quickly. I don't know, but I think I think probably around the 11 to 12 day mark was right when I felt about normal. And then, yeah, so this person I'm talking to, she had her tonsils removed just this past Wednesday, so not 5 days ago. So it really sucks. It really, really sucks. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. I don't know if Matthew's going to join us. I don't know if Not Sure is going to join us. Make sure low latency is enabled. You're mute. Okay, well, Matthew, for some reason, he was telling me I'm muted inside of the Discord, but I'm not muted anymore. I figured it out without you, Matthew. And make sure low latency is enabled. I think it is, but it's too late now if it isn't. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to jump right into this. Let me show you what I was able to. Well, first of all, let's take a look at what Matthew, or what I showed Matthew, actually, is what I should say, and that is I have a pull request for builds, and so we're actually able to do some builds. And what I mean by that is we're actually able to do builds on GitHub. Now, why is this red? That's a good question. Oh, well, this one's green. Okay. So, let me see. I'm curious so I wanted to download this artifact and try running it because I looked at, because I was on my Mac when I downloaded this artifact a little while ago, and I was like, wait, where's the executable? And there was like 3 different folders, and then like 2 out, like every folder was named "Do not distribute with your application," "Do not publish this with your application." And I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, what's a guy supposed to do? So anyway, let me see. All right, let me come over here. So I like that it's a build.zip. I do kind of wish I could. This is not a perfect solution, but it is a great first step, is what I would call it. Okay, so this standalone Windows. So I would ask Matthew, like, when you upload, like, obviously there's something that you have to upload to Steam in order to publish your game. What is that? What are you uploading exactly? Are you uploading the zip of the folder? Are you uploading, like I would imagine there's some stuff. I remember when I packaged, or I had an application published to the Apple application store, not the iPhone store, but like if you go to Mac, like there's a Windows store, there's one for Apple as well. And I had an application published on there for a few years. And this is another one of those things that I kick myself for never really following through with, because it was an application and it was getting like 15 to 20 downloads per day, which does not sound like a lot, but it actually is pretty good considering a lot of applications just kind of sit idle and get no attention. So 15 to 20 downloads per day for an application that I kind of did a few releases to and just kind of forgot about it, that's not terrible. Had I actually like followed through and maybe actually improved that application, it might have actually been something. But that's the story of my life. I mean, that was actually my name in high school. This should have been something kid. All right, let me see. Is this what you run? Okay, so wait a minute. All right, so let me extract everything. All right, so we just extract this. I think I can just do this, right? Can I do that? Okay, it's going to take a minute. So you don't upload, not the zip. Well, what do you upload? Do you upload the executable? Do you upload, I mean, obviously I would imagine there's more than just the executable you upload, but what do you upload? All right, let's see what's going on here. I went ahead and I sent this out to a few people. Let me go ahead and I need to go over to Instagram, and I got to send this to Razman the Can Man, the Razman the Singleton Man, and then of course, okay, wait, where did Razman go? And then of course I have to send it to our guiding light, our North Star, Francesca Estevez. I have to send it to her because one day she will join this. One day she will join the chat. Everything in the content folder, but delete the folders that say delete first. So, okay, so I'm guessing by content folder, you mean this standalone Windows 64 folder. So this do not ship and this do not ship. I mean, I guess you would delete those. So let's go ahead and delete those. And then this standalone Windows 64 underscore data. Okay, so that's just some assets and other things. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the executable here, standalone Windows 64. So what I think happened, oh my God, just Windows, can I just put is there a way that I could just put Windows in like I'm not an idiot mode, or how about, you know what, I won't even go that far. How about just do not assume I'm in idiot mode. Put it in that, like I'll accept responsibility. Okay, so let's see, we come over here. Let me turn the music off. So when I ran this the other day, I was like, you know, we really need like music here. All right, so let's say play. All right, it's going to take a minute. Need a loading screen. Okay, so this actually is an older. Okay, so the reason. Okay, so this is an older build, and I can tell because I can tell because it had that debug screen on there. But that makes sense because I forked from an older build and then, okay. So anyway, yep, everything in that folder after deleting those two. Okay, so you would just do that. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's see. There's a few things I want to do. Where to start? So I think the first thing, and this is a question. So let's since we have Matthew here, let's use his expertise for a minute. So the fact that everything was named like standalone Windows 64, I'm going to show you this file here. This is kind of the recipe file, so to speak. It has commented lines and everything. Okay, that's because it's still a work in progress. I will clean this up before I merge. I will not merge garbage like this. All right, but one thing that I noticed here was when you pass it, so first of all, I gotta hand it to whoever wrote this this Unity Builder tool for GitHub Actions. Beautiful, works perfectly. Like literally works perfectly. Just I followed the instructions and it literally worked the first time. You do not understand how rare that is. At least in my experiences with computers, it is exceedingly rare that like you configure something and then you click run and that it works perfectly the first time. That is exceedingly rare. And this worked perfectly the first time. Okay, so this says target platform standalone 64. And then it named everything. It named everything standalone 60. Well, let's go to the let's actually go to the let's go to the docs. So Unity, what how did I find it? It was like Unity GitHub CI/CD, I think is what I searched for. Unity GitHub CI/CD. Let's see if I can find it. Is it this? I think it's this. Because what I'm trying to ask, if I go to Unity and I go to project settings, no, that's not what I want to go to. Okay, well, okay. Just back up for a second. Just stop. Okay, I have these. First of all, I was asking Matthew something earlier, and I want to try and figure it out myself because I was asking, see this version number here? I want to see, and it's set to 0.1. I want to see where that is stored. So I'm going to set it to 0.2, and I'm going to, I guess, close this, and that should save it, I suppose. And now this should project settings.asset. Okay, bundle version 0.2. Okay, so this is actually in project settings.asset, which is good to know because we can update that as needed. Okay, so that's good to know. And then must be a way to override the name in that file. It overrides what you would get in your build machine. So that's what I was wondering. So if I go to build profiles, can you have, let me see, add build profile. Right. This is what I was wondering. All right. Well, okay. Well, I wanted to look at the documentation for that CI/CD because I'm wondering if you can pass it where it said target platform. I'm wondering if instead you can say, hey, build this profile, build this build profile instead. So right here, target platform, standalone Windows 64. I'm wondering if it just defaults to like the platform name. So let's try this again. Let's oh shit. I think I closed everything. Okay. GitHub Unity CI/CD. Where this isn't the actual documentation, but I think this actually links to the documentation. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. Ugh. It's getting hot in here. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Find the docs. Okay, so here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So somewhere in here, it actually gave you all the options. Getting started builder. Storing the build, cache, and configuration options. Okay, so if I go to target, oh wait, it's over here on the right-hand side. But of course, it's not in alphabetical order. Or is it? No, it's not. Why would it be in alphabetical order? Why would it be in alphabetical order? That would make too much sense. Let's look up target platform. All right, so target platform. Come over here. Oh, it was right here. Target platform. Okay. Platform that the build should target must be one of the allowed values. And that's actually where I got the, standalone Windows 64. So let's look and see profile. Let me just look up profile. Nope. I keep misspelling profile. Profile. Build profile. Here we go. Provide a path to a build profile. The path should be relative to the root of your Unity project. Okay. So that's actually good. Build profile. Required. False. Default. Unity will do a platform build of target platform. Okay, so this is actually exactly what I was after. So what we should be able to do then is create a build profile. Maybe. Hey, what is your expertise? My expertise, it's generally like if you are looking for an expert in failed relationships, I am your expert. Like, what do you do for a living? Well, I mean, you could kind of say failed relationships. I mean, for several years I was a playboy, or not really a playboy. I was like a gigolo. Like women would hire me for, generally lonely women. But then kind of later in life, I discovered my passion, which was floristry. So I'm a florist. Okay, so build profile. So Windows, like if we just go Windows 64. All right, so let's say Windows 10. No. Windows test is what we're going to call this. All right, add build profile. Oh, okay. So we have platforms. Okay, so this is interesting. So build and run a local machine, copy. Okay, so this is just some other stuff. It's interesting though that it build name of the build, also the folder which the build would be stored within. Build's path, build method, custom parent. So I'm trying to understand. Oh, wait a minute. How isn't there a way that you can view the registry of an exe? So what I'm getting at is this exe has a version built into it. It's a .NET exe. They all have like basically assembly versions. And a .exe, from what I understand, is an assembly. So, oh dear. Oh shit. Wait. Oh, I accidentally loaded some potentially sensitive information. Let me just close it really quick. I clicked on some work stuff, and you guys don't need to see that. So just give me 1 minute. Luckily, I clicked be right back. But let's see. All right, we're going to come back over here then. All right, so I will, but there's something I kind of got to look at that's like work related. It's important florist business. Important florist business I got to look at. Let me just look at this really quick, because I'm basically getting an email from the CEO being like, how do you want to respond to like this big client that's just not happy with their flowers? So I got to figure this out. It's important. Like it's like one of our biggest it's like one of our biggest customers. Like they spend more money on our flowers than probably just about anybody. So it's actually really important that I look at this. Okay, FYI, how do you want to respond? All right, I'll respond. Let me see. Let me write this really quick email. Do you mind if I respond? So this is actually kind of tricky. All right. So here, let me explain to you what's happening. Okay. So in floristry, you have the people who sell the flowers, and then you have the people who make the arrangements. We call those engineers, right? It's like the engineering department where they're engineering flowers. Okay. And then you have people who sell the flowers, and then you also have people that kind of decide what flowers you're going to sell. The people who decide like kind of what the arrangements are going to be. We call these the product people. Okay. They're like the product people. So what has happened essentially is after all the shakeup of our flower business, our flower company was bought by a bigger company, and then that bigger company came in and they shook a bunch of things up, and now they've put this guy in. He's the head of he's head of product, right? But he's also kind of like pseudo head of engineering. I'm like the unofficial head of the flower engineering department, but this other, so it's like, anyway, but the way I think about it is that we're both kind of the head of the engineering. We're both head of the flower engineering, because it's like he decides what arrangements we're going to build, and then I decide how they get built, right? Like that's kind of like it's like the two sides of the flower engineering department. So there's this big project that we have to do. And it's stupid. It's just stupid. It's because the company doesn't want to spend money on this particular VOS anymore. And so now we have to figure out how we can make this arrangement work with this VOS, with another VOS, right? And so we have to hire some like VOS engineers or whatever. So the CEO But the CEO doesn't really communicate with me. He communicates with the product guy. So therefore, it's like, in a lot of ways, it's like oh Jesus, he's calling me now. In a lot of ways, the product guy, I would say, is like 60% the head of flower engineering, and I'm like 40% the head of flower engineering. And so the CEO wrote to the product guy and said, "Hey, where are we on putting together a team to come up with how we can basically to support this new VOS?" And so the product guy wrote me and said, "Hey, how should we respond to this?" And so, and he just forwarded me the email that the CEO wrote, and I'm thinking like, well, I'll just respond. And so I messaged the product guy like, "Hey, do you just want me to? Do you mind if I respond?" Because I would prefer to respond, because I would prefer to open up a dialogue with the CEO of our flower company. And but I have a feeling that the product guy kind of likes that the CEO kind of goes to him a lot, because it's this whole like, it is this very non-aggressive power play, right? So I don't know. Lisa hates how I pronounce vase. Okay, vase. Okay, vase. All right, a flower vase, whatever. But the point is, this is the thing that, like, ever since I've been in leadership at work, like the flower company, the flower business, it's hell. But one thing that, like, I tried to avoid it at first, but it is unavoidable. And like, I have like made my ways up in the flower political engineering realm, or like in the flower industry. But the one thing I'm talking about is politics. Like, I try to avoid politics. And like, as an individual contributor, as an individual florist, there's politics you have to deal with in any job at any job level. But as an individual contributor, it's not, because there's not as much politics, and you only have to worry about your work and your responsibilities as an individual contributor. Whereas when you get into leadership, there's so much more politics. There's, oh my God, there's so much more politics. And this is the interesting thing. Like, my cousin down in Bolivia, like he recently, like, he and I got promoted to these leadership positions around the same time. And I remember talking to him, and I was like, well, how do you find management? And he had the same exact assessment that I had, which was, it's less work, but it's more responsibility. So, which has its goods, it has its good side and its bad side. Anyway, all right. So I hate how you pronounce Voss. Okay, so let's get back to this. So what I wanted to see if I could figure out the assembly version of this. I don't know. Product version. Okay, so it's using the Unity version number. It actually has. So I remember. I remember that there, in my .NET days, in order to like get you can change all of these, and this is done with like the assembly information in like the solution properties. It's been a long time. I don't really remember where, but I'm pretty sure you change these in like the solution properties. And when did you start doing flowers? Lisa. Oh, my sweet summer child, Lisa. Lisa. Okay. Anyway. All right. So let me see. What I'm getting at is, how do I get this EXE to be named what I want it to be named? Right? So that's why I was thinking like, well, will this build profile help me? But I don't think it actually will. So if I go to project settings, let me look. Let me see if I go back to project settings, right? And I go to 0.2, I go over here. I change the product name to Saint Aveline. We have a default cursor. I think that's fine. Company name will be Dog Finger Studios. I'm going to have Saint Aveline as 2 words. And oh my God, Lisa, honey, Honey, I'm going to text you. I'm going to text you, okay? I'm texting you, Lisa. I'm texting you an explanation. All right, there you go. Okay, all right. There we go. So I'm curious as to like, okay, so let's look up like product name. Would product name is just product name just something? No, it's not. You type fast. Thank you. Well, I also have this awesome keyboard that Mr. Not Sure, or I'm sorry, Mr. Sure, first name Not, actually had me build. So, okay. What I'm going to do, I do not know if this information actually is in Grok or ChatGPT or anything like that. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and put it in there. KS is in the room. He says, hello. Hello, sir. Hello. Well, actually, I assume KS is a sir, but just in case not. Hello. Hello, they, them. Hello, they, them. All right, so let's see. We're going to go to Grok over here. And then here's some documentation. I want to ask you some questions about it. All right. And then let me paste it in. And then there we go. Thanks for sharing. All right. So my question is, how do I get this build to use my project settings such as the version number and product name in order to name the .exe the way I want? Let's see. I'm going to pretend you work with flowers now. I do work with flowers. Addy, you are building and you want the exe. Okay, so player settings .product name, player settings .bundle version. By default, Unity Builder uses its own defaults, but you can fully control this using a custom build script. I don't want to do that. No, wait a minute. No, that's not true. Because if I do, okay, wait a minute, just stop for a minute. Just everybody just calm down and just stop for a minute. Because if I go here, this is named Home Prototype 001, which was what, not that, close that, which was the project settings product name. So I suspect, let's just go ahead and do another build. Okay, let's just do build profiles. Let me go up here. Build. So I will not calm down. Oh, an orchid. Oh, Lisa needs a desk plant. She does need a desk plant. Lisa's going to be my secretary. Once Dogfinger Studios gets off the ground, and Lisa knows the origin of Dogfinger Studios, or she knows the origin of the name Dogfinger Studios. She is familiar with it. She knows. I do not have to explain the origin of Dogfinger Studios to Lisa. Trust me, we all wish we could forget. We all wish we could forget the origin of Dogfinger Studios. All right, so let's... I'm curious... Well, actually, I guess I could just look now. Because I'm curious as to whether or not this will create a Saint... Well, okay, that's what I downloaded. Will it create a Saint Aveline .exe? And I think it will. Okay, just let me go to desktop. Let me go over here. Oh my God, Addy, can you read? He said you need a desk. I need a desk plant. Oh, I skipped the he. Well, can you read, Lisa? He gets very excited on stream. I Especially when Lisa's on this stream. Okay. No. So here, just like I suspected, there is the Saint Aveline.exe. Now let's check out the version number. I'm curious about that. Details. So it's still using the Unity version. In fairness, it has not finished generating the exe, so we don't know. And so this is telling me to create a custom build. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No. Builder version. So this wants me to basically create a custom build and then pass that build script in GitHub, which I guess is fine. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not super thrilled about that. Let's see what we got here. I want to check out the let me see details. So it still doesn't use my version number, which is interesting because just make a tiny static script that outputs a .txt. No, fuck no, dude. God, Matthew has just been with all these like completely ghetto ass suggestions for how to do like proper builds. Just like so ghetto. Like for somebody that's English, I mean, I feel like you grew up in like the mean streets of Baltimore with all these ghetto ass suggestions. Just make a text file. No, we're fucking professionals and we're gonna do this professionally. Right? Like, do you think that Microsoft just has like random version numbers for their .exe files and they're just like, oh, just put it in a README. That's fine. No, we do this right. We do it right or go home. We don't do it. We're not cutting any quarters around here. We're better than a TXT file. We are better. Put that on a t-shirt. We are better than a text file. Okay? No, I'm not doing that. Do you know how satisfying it is? Here's what I envision, right? Like on the splash screen, having that little text down at the bottom, like a lot of games have this, and you know they have it, Matthew. A lot of games have it that say down at the bottom, they'll say something like build 1.8.35, whatever, right? That's what I want. I want a version number that looks kind of like I want a version number that's like 1.2.3-EF23E0. That would be the commit hash. That I probably need another number there, but whatever. You have the commit hash, then you have the major, the minor, and then the release. That's what I want. I have it. It's easy in game. What? Are you doing something ghetto ass like reading the version from a text file? Please tell me you're not. If you're doing anything other than getting the version number from the embedded, because they're in C#, there are ways to get the version number from the running assembly. That's how you do it in C#. At least that's how it was back in my day. That's how we got the version number. But I swear to God, if you are reading the version number from a text file and then printing that onto your screen, I will slap you. Please tell me you're not doing that. I'm waiting. Like, how do you, let me see, because there's I'm going to ask Grok, because I remember distinctly that there is I don't remember how to do it, but I remember you basically just get the running assembly and then there's a version number built into that. How to get the version number in the running assembly in C#. Yeah, right here. Assembly, get executing assembly, get name, version, boom. That right there. No, I grab it from application.version. Okay, at least you're doing that. At least you're doing that. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. But how are you updating application.version? How are you doing that? So I would imagine how you're doing it is because you're probably executing manual builds, right? So you go in and you probably execute manual builds, and then those manual builds are using the version from the project settings, and then there you go. It just works, right? I would imagine that's probably what you're doing. And so what I am saying, yeah, in Unity Editor, yes, that's exactly what I just said. You are saying exactly what I just said. So what I am getting at is that for some reason in the runner, in the GitHub Actions, set it in a static script with your own ID number. You mean like literally modify the .exe? We're better than that. We're not ghetto, okay? That's so if you're talking about literally just modifying the .exe, that's going to be the word of the day. The word of the day is ghetto, okay? Like if you are literally just loading up the .exe, modifying a value, and then writing it back to disk, ghetto. That's what it is. We're better than that. We're better than that here. So what I'm getting at, but what I imagine you're doing is you're going into it like you just fix the bug, right? And so what you're probably doing is you're probably doing this. You're probably going, okay, I'm going to go over to project settings, and to this, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to change this to 0.3. Now I'm going to save those settings. Now I'm going to go over to I'm going to go over to build profiles, and in Windows, I'm going to click build, and then from that, you're going to package it up. Okay, no, you're not touching. Okay, good. So let's repeat. I'm going to be Matthew. Oh dear! The king has ordered me to release a new version of my game. Let me go into project settings. I will increment the version number to 0.4. Here we go. And now I will build a new one. I will go into build profiles and I will click the build button. And then you click the build button and it builds, and then you take that and then you do what you need to for Steam. Yes. Application.version is read only. You would think so. No, you can actually modify it. Can you modify during runtime? No, but you can have an outside process that modifies it. Yes, you can do that. Guys, please stop fighting. No, we're not fighting. I'm just telling Matthew I'm explaining to Matthew what I'm trying to do. And I'm explaining like what I think he is doing. Same voice. That's exactly what I do. Oh dear, the king needs another version of my game. Cheerio, let me get some fish and chips and build this toodaloo promptly. Yes, so that's and then but you get the point, right? Like that's what you're doing. So what I'm getting at, what I am getting at is that through GitHub, since this is all automated, the goal here is automation, right? So through GitHub, for whatever reason, when we built that, it wasn't using the project settings. It wasn't using the assembly. It wasn't using the project settings version or the product name. This product name, as you know this, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but this product name here, that says, oh, create a .exe file from this product name, right? So what I'm getting at is, for whatever reason, the GitHub action was not using the project settings. I don't know why. And so we have to figure out, I want to figure out why. And once we figure out it, and so that's kind of what started this entire discussion here. And that's why I asked AI, and the AI is kind of like, oh, well, you need you need your own script. You need a script to do this. Just write your own build script. And I'm like, ugh, really? Maybe that's how you do it. I don't know. Maybe that is the correct way to do it. I don't know. Are you up here, baby? Okay, honey. All right. Oh, cranky man, I'm dipping out. Have an amazing night, you Flores. Oh, you're leaving, Lisa? You're leaving this sausage party? Fine, whatever. We don't care. We don't like girls anyway. Girls are gross. Silly GitHub action. Surely there's a line to use. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I was like wondering. Like, I don't understand. Okay, let me see. Let's just ask AI directly. In the project settings, I have a product name. What is it called? It's a product. Let me see. I want to get the actual thing that it's called. It's a product name and version. Okay. I have a product name and a version. However, those seemed to be ignored by the default Unity builder options. How can I get it to use those? If he smashes a vase, let me know. Smashed vase by the end of the stream. Yes, it's smashed vase. Okay. In Unity, the product name and version files edit. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yes. If these seem ignored by your default Unity builder options, it could be to build pipeline overrides, platform-specific quirks, caching issues, misinterpretation. Okay, so let's see. The AI is telling me to go and verify my settings, save the project, regenerate the library folder. Could it be something to do with that? See, this is what I'm afraid we're going to have to do. Force settings and build pipeline. Something like that. I would really like to avoid that. All right, but this is later on. This is not right now. This is not because like I want nice things. I like nice things. I like my house is a bit of a mess, but my builds are nice and tidy, right? Like I want something like a St. Aveline dash 1.23 dash E0F012FG, whatever it is. Wait, is G? Wait, what you know what I'm saying? FG.zip. Like this would be a zip name, right? Because in that zip, with that zip name, I know the name of the program, I know the version, and I know the commit hash. Like I want all of that right there. And then the exe file, the exe file will just be staveline.exe. But if I go into here and I go to details, I want to see, I want to see product name, St. Aveline. I want to see my copyright message. I don't want to see Unity. Well, that might be a licensing thing. I don't know. Like the copyright, it says copyright Unity Technologies. I would imagine that I would be able to have my own copyright there. I want to see my own product version. Isn't there like a company name? Now these are all just key values. You can set your own ones. You can create your own things here, but there are certain ones that are like industry standard. Anyway, so that's the kind of thing that I want. And I want that I want the commit hash to be appended to the file name. And when I say file name, I mean the .zip, not the executable. But I want the commit hash to be appended to the .zip's file name automatically. I want this version number. I want the version number to also. I want this to be 1.2.3 dash whatever automatically. I want that all automatically. That I get a lot of satisfaction out of that kind of thing. You look at my builds for like other projects, the projects that have builds, they all do that. They all have that same kind of cadence, and it helps. It's actually, interestingly enough, it's a habit that I picked up from AOL all way back. Like AOL had its, of course, it had its downfalls. It had its negatives, but its versioning cadence, its installer file name cadence was not one of them. That was actually very good. I learned a lot of discipline there, but it was helpful because then, because if somebody has a problem, like if there's a bug or something, you can immediately know what version they're on. Do you want coffee with that too? Yes. Yes, I do. I think my wife's on the treadmill. My dog's freaking out. Okay. All right, KS. Tea, milk, and 2 sugars for me. Addie goes live. We got a T-boy. No, I want Diet Mountain Dew. Like KS, once you're working at Dogfinger Studios, I want a Diet Mountain Dew. We're going to have offices, so we're going to have to start commuting. Now, we're going to be commuting to Matthew's house, right? So, I want a Diet Mountain Dew on my desk at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 2 p.m. That's every day. Don't be late. All right, so here is what I was able to accomplish yesterday during the Redskins losing that terrible game. Oh my God, that team, they are literally, they went last year from last year being this team that just like broke out of the gate, surprised everybody, got 1 game away from the Super Bowl, and now this year they are literally, I am not being hyperbolic, I am not exaggerating, but they are literally the worst team in the NFL. It is amazing how far they have fallen. Okay, so we have a nice, it's not quite nice, but it's a nice little pause menu. I thought I centered it vertically. I'm not sure why it's not centered vertically, but whatever. We'll deal with that in a minute. Everything mostly works, I think. Okay, so that works. Well, the main menu, okay, nothing works actually, except for resume and exit. So I lied when I said most things work. And I'm not joking about the Diet Mountain Dew. I'm absolutely not joking. And if it is regular Mountain Dew and not Diet Mountain Dew, you are fired. And not only will you be fired, you will owe me money. Okay, so let's see. All right, we're going to come over here. And then resume works. So I think I was having issues. Okay. I did get things working. I actually wrote a note to myself as what we wanted to look at. So these two, okay, so this line over here on the left, what I'm highlighted there and what I've highlighted here on the right, they're effectively the same thing, but apparently they're not, because one works and one does not, even though they're basically, it's just one is inside the menu, the pause menu controller, one is inside the input manager, but they're doing this, they're doing the same thing. I would prefer to have it. I don't know that it really matters much, actually, now that I think about it. Why does this cause an issue? Okay, so let's see. So it should be working, and I started to write a test matrix this morning because I was like, wow. So open the pause menu during gameplay, inventory dialog, map labeling, and codex menu. So basically those things. Press comma during gameplay to enter map labeling mode. Okay, so let's try. I think this one was an issue. Let's try. Let's see what we got here. All right, so I'm gonna go here, and now if I hit escape, perfect. It just escapes out of it. And then if I hit escape, it just escapes out of it. Perfect. It escapes out of it. Perfect. But then the other thing I want to do, let me see. Come over here, equip this. This is a new bug. Here, I'll show you. Like it's like I think I changed the audio controller or something. I don't know what I did exactly, but one bug at a time. Because if I go all the way over here, the audio is like, it's muted. So it's like, I don't know. It's like I did something with the audio controller. But let's come over here. And that's new because that did work just fine. But if I do this and I press the mouse button, it does not fire. Escape works. Okay. Okay. So this actually all works nicely. The only thing is that it doesn't work if it's over here. And I think I kind of want it over there. But let's see if we can figure that out. So let's just start by just enabling the code and then disabling it over here. Let me just do this. goddamn Matthew talking about ghetto ass code by putting it in a text file. I swear to God. Swear to God, these English people, they just don't. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, no, I'm sorry. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, so we're going to come over here, and we're going to play this again. Yeah, I need to make sure. I'm looking at Matthew's notes about the stream. Make sure it's low latency. I should have done that. All right, so let me see. All right, so I'm trying to remember where it broke. So I do this. Wait a minute. Resume game on pause game. I should have written a better note to myself. Pause the game. Oh, okay. Well, that's an issue. I am pressing I in the input. The inventory dialog is not coming up. What about M? Nope. Alrighty. Guys, I'm currently working on a project to create an SQL-like language. I'll start sending you previews next week. I'll be able to create objects and do math logics. Okay. It's always fun. I always feel like as programmers, at least as this programmer, but I know a lot of programmers are like this, like creating your own little languages or like your full-fledged language, like that's always fun. Like pretty much every programmer I know has always wanted to create their own language because it's fun. Okay. So that doesn't work. What about, let's see if I do this. Okay, so that's there. We need map labeling management as well, like be able to delete labels, and I don't know if we really need to modify them. But okay, anyway. Okay, so that works now. How did I get it into the broken state? That is a good question. Let me see. I did have a gun, so let me see. We come over here. Okay, so of course now that I want it to break, it's not going to break. I definitely got it into a broken state. What did I do? Does anybody remember what I did? You guys aren't of any help. You're of no help. All right, let me see. I want some different music. A jerk not sure. Since not sure is not here, I'm playing his favorite music. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. So the escape button's not working at all, actually. Matthew says, I know nothing. All right. I'm sorry, Matthew. I'm sorry I insulted the king. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a little hard on Matthew. I'm a little hard on people in general. Like I'm not an easy person. I'm not. And like the thing that really pisses me off is like I'm not even easy on myself because it's like I know I know I am not an easy person, and so I make a conscious effort to not be a difficult person, and I fail, and then I get mad at myself. So anyway, but okay, let's keep going on. Let me see. All right, so we come over here. So I'm pressing escape, and escape is not working. Okay, wait. Whoa. I screwed something up. When did he last tune in? Not sure. It's been a minute, right? Like, where has he been, this jerk? Like, it has been a minute, and he's a jerk. Where has he been? I drove him away. That's probably what happened. I think there are Italians in Argentina. Oh, so he's in the Discord. Oh. So you're in the Discord, but you're too good to join us in the YouTube chat. I see how it is. All right. Let me see. Okay, so that went through. That makes sense. Oh, God damn it. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, Matthew's like, oh my God, he's in Discord, but he's too good to be yeah. Okay, so let's see. All right, so all right, so we come over here. So let's see. How did we okay, so there's the okay, what if I do this? Now if I press escape, will it work? It does. Okay. All right. If I press M and then okay. Whoa, everything's really screwed up when I do that. Okay, so I press M and then escape. So that did not work. And let's see if we can figure out why. So just press M and escape. What's going on over here? Rants. Okay, so if I press M and then escape, okay. So that is broken right off the bat. So let's see if we... So I think the reason why is this, obviously. So maybe... It's because I'm not doing any checks on this. I'm not doing it because it's not taken into consideration at all what state it is in. And that's probably because I should probably move the handling that out into the input manager, but I kind of wanted to avoid doing that, but maybe I don't want to avoid doing that. So let's just go ahead and do it the way we've done the other things, right? And the way we did that, how did we do that? That was with like a private void, and we'll just call it do or process input, right? And then basically we'll just take this here, put it there. Something feels wrong. But I'm not ready to say it's wrong yet. Okay, and then we'll just do input manager. Instance, where are you, AI? Register input handler. AI, where are you? Where's my AI? Let's see, pause game. Excuse me. AI. Okay. Let me, where is register input handler? Register input handler is going to be the... Why does it say area? That's weird. Input state dot pause menu, and then this will be this dot process input. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to do this because no, I don't want to do that. Okay. So that's going to register the input there, but that means I have to put some okay, so then process input will get called, but oh my, that fucking dog. That fucking dog. Do you hear that dog? I need a break from the dog. Oh my God. Just this house in general. I can't wait. I can't wait to go to fucking Korea for a month. I can't wait. At this point, I'm ready to go to North Korea for a month. If I can just get the fuck away. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway. All right. So, how do we do this? All right. So we press escape, basically. Okay. So I guess we can kind of get rid of that. Else if current state equals input Dot pause menu. Basically, we want to... Something's wrong. I'm overcomplicating this. I hate small dogs. I love this dog, but he's just fucking... Oh my God. He's like 4 pounds, but he just demands so much attention, and it just drives me nuts. And my wife is just like, well, just ignore him. You just got to ignore him. And I can't ignore him. Whatever. Maybe it's my fault, but because he just sits there and he's just like I'm sitting there trying to like work, and he's just like, that's all he does. And then if I yell at him and tell him to go lay down, which I will, because I yell at him all the time for just staring at me, and then, God forbid, I stretch or anything like that, then he's just like, oh, what? Are we going somewhere? What's happening? And I'm just like, oh my fucking God, leave me alone. I'm going to be in South Korea for the next, although I'm thinking about changing it slightly. I'm thinking about going to South Korea, and then I'm thinking about going to Japan, right? So plans might change. 2 weeks in South Korea, maybe 2 weeks in Japan. We'll see what happens. But oh my God, that fucking dog. Oh, I love him, but he's too much, and it just like it's just making everything. And like my mom is sick again. Right, she went on this cruise all around Panama and Colombia and Guatemala, like all over the place, all over Central America, and then parts of South America too. Although she did not go below the South Equator, or below the equator into the Southern Hemisphere. But anyway, she's sick, and so she just got back last night, and she's like, can you come stay with me? I'm like, Mom, I'm leaving for California on Saturday, and then I was like, but I can come over when I get back. So I'm just like, I need to get out of here, man. I need to get out of here. Okay, let's just let's concentrate. All right. So if input manager, so if the current state is the pause menu, basically we want to hand state back into gameplay. This is wrong. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, actually. Why don't I like this? I kind of, maybe it's not that. Oh my God. All right, I gotta stop. This is driving me nuts. It's just everything. You got the fucking dog barking, and then my wife, I think she's going deaf, so she has to listen to her Thai shows on like full 200% fucking volume. So I just hear like oh my, it's driving me nuts. I can't do it. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. Okay. So if we press escape once will take you to the pause menu. Press escape again from the pause menu will take you out of the pause menu. I don't like that all of this is being, let's just go back to how it was. Let's just go back to where we were. Let's start where we were again, and we might end up back where we were, but maybe let's just see if we get here the right way. All right, so let's just go back to this. We're just going to go back to update, right? And then this is just going to go over here, and then ideally we don't need, oh shit, but we do. God damn it, we do. Basically, I think what I need to do is just move this into the right-hand side, right? Like, I don't even think I really need the... I need to make resume game and pause game public. Well, pause game is, because I think I made it public earlier today. We can just make public... We can just make resume game. So, yes. So basically, I can just do this. I mean, I don't like that input manager is turning into this monolithic input manager, but then again, it is an input manager, so I guess that's fair. Okay, else if current state equals input state, no, not indexer, input state dot pause menu. Right, this is pause game. This will just be restore game, or resume game. I'm sorry, resume game. And then set input state gameplay. All right. And then actually, we don't even need an update method over here. Pretty sure we do not even need this. Let's see how this works. This should work okay. Use a switch expression that takes the key code input and then call a method depending on online key. Well, no, I think at least with an if statement, I can have like other ifs as needed, right? I think in this case, I think kind of a monolithic else if makes a little more sense. I think a switch statement might add unnecessary complications. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can envision the switch statement, right? Because like just each input key down would be a switch statement, and then you just have ifs. I mean, but I don't know that it really matters that much. I don't think I think in this case, I don't think a switch statement is going to necessarily improve the code all that much. It might, but I don't see it. But well, maybe. Did it load? Save. Okay, let's see if this works. So what was the bug? The bug was escape. No, it was load the codecs overlay, then press escape, and then the pause menu showed in the background. So we load. So escape should just close the codecs and do nothing else, which is what it does. And then I can still load it. And then I should be able to do the same with the inventory, escape. I'm just going back and forth between I and M. And then do this, escape. Oh, look at that. So basically I pressed comma to do the map label. And then escape to close it, but now escape's not working at all. So what state are we in? I'm looking forward to traveling, but I am going to miss. I was literally thinking the other day, I was like, man, I wish I was like, not even like Elon Musk rich, which I mean, I would love to be Elon Musk rich, but you know, just like if I was like millionaire status, like, or like what kind of status would I need to be where I have this microphone, my camera, my dual monitor setup with, it doesn't even necessarily need to be this PC, but if I could travel with this setup, right? Like what kind of money would I have to make to be able to have, like to be able to do that? I don't think a ton, like, I don't know. And like, that's the other thing that drives me nuts. It's like, I think about retirement, like, you know, like comfortably living, you would need like $5 to $10 million and you could live off the interest. And it's like, when you start thinking about how much money, it's like, you're like $10 million. It's like, it's not that much money. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like there's a lot, trust me, $10 million is a lot of money, but there are a lot of scenarios where it's really not. And that's the thing that pisses me off. It's like, I just want 10 million. I'm not greedy. Just give me 10 million. That's it. Okay. Let me see. What was the bug we just found? Oh my fucking God, the dog. Oh my, I'm ready to murder him. I'm ready to murder him. Okay, let me see if I can recreate the bug and then I will okay, so it's actually not loading at all. Whoa, wait a minute. How did I get there? That fucking dog. I need a break. I need a break so bad. I'm not going to want to come home. I already know I'm not going to want to come home. Anyway. Bark back at it. Okay. So the pause menu works. So if we hit comma, escape, and then escape again, it does not work. Okay, so why isn't it working? I think I know why. Maybe I know why. I don't think is Paul. Well, no, wait, no, maybe I don't know why. Yeah, no. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, let's just set a breakpoint, attach, and let's see. So I'm going to hit escape. It should pause the game. It should go into here. And it didn't. Okay, so what's current state? Current state is map labeling. So when I escape from map labeling, it's not restoring the state. Okay. This is where, like, this gets very spaghetti-ish, but okay, it is what it is. Let's see what we can figure out. So here's the comma, and okay, so we set input state to map labeling. So at this point, the map labeling code has the state. It has the state. The map labeling code. So where is the map? I don't even know where the map labeler is. I think it's called map. I actually think, yeah, map labeler. Map labeling.cs. All right. So we process the input. We're doing this, but then if we hit escape again, if current state equals marking the map, we destroy. Either way, we clean up. Ooh. But we don't reset the. This is such a mess. I feel like this I was going to say that I feel like this refactor has not really helped things at all. It has, but okay. This is interesting here. What's this input? This is actually a slight race condition, and this actually might not work depending on. Yeah. No, this will work. But it's still not good. Okay. So there's a couple of things here. So this used to be an update method right here where it says process input. This used to be update. In the way that we would determine if we want to enter into the state of making one of those labels on the map, was we would see if the map labeling state was idle, which means it's not doing anything, and if we press comma. If those two things are true, then we do this stuff. We basically hide the crosshair and we create the little circle object, right? So this code in here, we have to run that when we enter into the state of, we're going to be marking the map. We're going to be now. So over here, that's where but we're not handling the comma input anymore. We don't have the map labeling code is not listening at any time for a comma, right? Because this is process input. It's not update. We're doing that over here. So we're actually doing this set input state. But there's a potential race condition because we basically have to guarantee that this process input will be called after this so that the code inside of here, and it all has to be within maybe not within the same exact call to update, but it has to be within a call while the comma is depressed, because we have to enter into this. We have to enter into that state. But I think that's an easy fix. I'm going to leave the code as it is for now because I want to fix the other problem, which is, what was it? We do this, we hit escape, and then we hit escape again, and we're not getting the pause menu. So that's because when we actually escape here, we're not resetting the state. And I think I did that. I thought there was like a cleanup restore. Yeah, like a restore UI or something like that. Cleanup instances. Yeah, right here. But I guess in here is when we exit the mark. So we probably need to, oh, but it's cleanup instances, but we're not always calling cleanup instances. Oh. Yeah, okay, I see. Because we're getting into, because when we're in the mark mapping state and then we hit escape, we're going on to here. So why wouldn't we call cleanup instances? I don't see any reason why we wouldn't call cleanup instances in here, right? So let's, I'm not saying that this is this is not production code, Matthew, okay? This is not code that I'm going to put into production, okay? Just calm down. Matthew knows I'm not really yelling at him. He knows that's a joke. Okay, so cleanup instances here. Again, I'm not saying that this is what we're going to check in. I just want to basically prove my theory to see if this fixes the bug, and then we'll come up with a cleaner fix. The comma is depressed, but do you know what will make the comma undepressed? Do you know what will make the comma undepressed, guys? A little tay-tay. A little tay-tay makes everybody, it makes every day happier. The last time I played this on the stream, I didn't get a mail. I didn't get an email. Is map labeling a singleton? I don't think it is, actually. And you know what? It probably should be. No, it's not. Okay, so we enter the map labeling state. We hit escape. Good. Perfect. All right. So we're good. Whoops. Oh. I am not able to enter back into the map labeling state. Oh, wait, I am. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I am. Escape, comma. Okay. Your vibes, how you been, your mind. What a great song. So I am wondering why. I mean, I feel like this should just kind of be down here, right? Now, this is UI stuff. We still haven't tackled. The input manager tackles the input portion, obviously, as per the name. There is still the UI portion that I want to tackle, that we still need to tackle in this PR. Maybe. So let's see. Clean up. Oh my God, there's a bug. All right, stop. Okay. Again, I Matthew, I know I can delete that if statement. Okay. This is not production code, for Christ's sakes. God, some people, I swear. Singleton pattern with the get instance static method inside get instance call clean. Yeah, we got it, dude. We're using singletons all over the place. We're singleton experts. We are like this chat. We basically invented this singleton. Okay, like we're good. We're good. Like you've come to the singleton experts. As a matter of fact, the singleton expert Razman is not here for whatever reason because he's too cool for us. But Razman, like, who do you think is going to join first, Razman or our North Star? Oh, wait, let me. I'm showing. Here is our. God damn it! Oh, I just realized that our North Star, our guiding light for the stream, she has pronouns in her profiles, which makes me think a little less of her. But this is her. This is our guiding light, our North Star. This is the reason that we do the stream for Francesca Estevez, because one day I will keep sending her the links to the stream every time I stream, and one day she's going to join the stream. You know what? No, I'm going to change that, because I am going to operate under the. I'm going to operate with the belief that she's already in the stream with us. Like, she's not. Can you prove that she's not? Can you prove that she's not one of the 3 listeners right now? No, you can't. So I'm going to operate on that. I prefer Adriana Lima. All right, let's check her out. Hey, look, I'm not married to this woman. I'm not married to Francesca, but let's take a look. No. I'm going to stick with Francesca Estevez. Maybe these are just bad pictures. Adriana Lima Young. Let's see when she was young. Oh, okay, she was a looker when she was young. That's for sure. She Colombian. Oh, she's Portuguese. Okay, yeah. Brazilian. Oh, she's a Brazilian supermodel. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, we come over here. God damn it, we need a song. Give me a minute. I know what song I want. I just can't find it. Here it is. Okay. No, that's not it. That's the God damn it, Matthew. Okay, this is it. Okay. All right. So this seems to be fixed. We seem to know what the problem is. I already forgot what the other thing is I wanted to fix, but I remember now that pseudo race condition. I can't forget about that. Let me do proper testing of this. So there's 2 conditions here. Oh, we should go to our little test matrix. So we have the map labeling from when we have to escape out of naming the label, and we have to escape out when selecting the label. So let's do both of those. All right, so let's see. All right, so when that works, and then when we're naming it, so we come over here, escape, and then escape. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that seems to mostly be okay. So we can clean this up. I think that's going to be all right. Now now this little race condition. I guess the best way is to just have some like some initialization method, right? That's what this would be essentially. And then just remove this altogether. So basically like public void init. What the hell? No, init. Is init a function? Okay, no, it's not. Okay, no, I thought maybe it was already a defined function. All right, so we can just do this, come over here, do that, and then let's comment this out and see if this works. Oh, wait, we need to call it over here, though. So, map labeling, set input. So this would, oh, wait a minute. This is where this would be helpful for it to be a singleton, but it's not. Okay, so where is it initialized? It must be attached to something. That actually makes it a little trickier. That makes things a little trickier. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do we want to do this? Where is map labeler even attached? It's probably attached to the player or something. Let me see. It might make sense to make it a singleton. But I kind of feel like making it a singleton is just making it a global variable. I mean, it is. That's what a singleton is essentially. But I feel like that's the lazy method. But maybe lazy isn't always bad. Sometimes lazy makes sense. All right, so it's not here. Is it attached to the player? Map labeler. There it is. Of course, making it a singleton creates other problems because right now we are kind of, well, wait a minute. I thought we were doing some stuff when the object was getting destroyed, but we're not. So I think it's okay. Right? So, if we just... Oh, Jesus, this is so ugly. No, not instance ID. Oh, I gotta give it a type. Get private set. Can I just do this? Will that work? I mean, that constructs it in the constructor. Start should still get called, even though it's a singleton. I think that should work. So now we would just, oh God, this is so ugly. But I think making it a singleton makes more sense than actually creating a dependency on the input manager and dragging it over. Like, I think that makes more sense. I think this makes more sense. So let's see. Map. Is it label? The file's called labeling. Map labeler instance init. Okay, the AI gets me. The AI is red though. Why is the AI red? An object reference is required for a non-static field. What am I? Oh, static. Okay. Okay. So we have this init. Okay, so this should... I think this could actually... Okay, if current state equals marking map, handle marking map. Oh, I was going to say that should be an else, but no, it should not be an else. Okay, so let's try this. Adriana Lima. Now, now, KS, I gotta, like in her younger days, yeah. But those pictures that Google, and somebody mentioned new haircut. So at least somebody noticed. My wife didn't even notice. Okay, she did, but at least somebody noticed my new haircut. But now you'd have to call cleanup instance every method, so put it inside to get property instead. No, you don't. Well, cleanup instance. What is cleanup instance? I don't need to call it every method. I don't want to clean it up. Okay, so let's see. Why do we want to clean up the instance? Let it live. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm with Matthew on this one. Okay, so... Okay, well, that didn't work. Object reference not set to instance of object. Map labeling, what did we... What was it? Map labeling 49. This. Oh, crosshair. A knit. It's saying that one of these is not... Well, the prefab should be set. And the circle instance is what I'm setting. So it must be the prefab that is null? Let's see. All right, let me start over. Maybe it works fine. Start, goddamn bug. What do you mean? Why not? Why not? What? Why would we want to clean it up? It's a. Well, it'll be fine if it lives. It'll get cleaned up at the end of the game. Okay. Because it's a map. It's a map. Keep in mind, it's a map labeler, right? It's an instantiation of functionality, not of the map labels. So it's not like you have a singleton for each map label, right? It's a singleton for the functionality. Okay. Why isn't this working? Yeah. Oh, not sure. It's just he's just in the Discord chat. You know what? Ban him. Ban him. He's banned. He's banned. Flying for work. Can't join the stream. Yeah. Right. Whatever. ban him. He's banned. Okay. Map labeling 49. Okay, it's still telling me. Okay, so let's okay, let's restart. Let's reattach. All right. I haven't even started packing. I haven't done anything. Like, I just booked the Airbnb. Was it last night? It was either last night or the night before. I just booked the Airbnb. Brendan Martinez, did someone get a haircut? No, I got them all cut. Okay. All right. This is still, but the interesting thing here is that it's not even. Oh. Wait, what? Who? Who? What? Okay. At least now it... So Crosshair is null. Crosshair is a game object. Do I have to reset the... Do I have to reset the things because I changed it to a singleton? Let's see. Let's see. No, they all still have values. It's not as though a init is going to be called before update, right? This init can only be called during update, which means if update is being called, that means awake and start have been called, which means that those should already be set. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Why did the... No. Init's not like a special function, right? Is it? Well, I guess if it was, we would hit the... Okay, let me start. I'm just curious to see if init's going to get called now for some reason. Like, is it going to get called... Like there's some unknown Unity function and it's going to call any other function called init and we don't know about it and that's just causing issues, but apparently that is not the problem because we are starting the game successfully. Okay. And then Crosshair. It's null. And yet I have definitely set it. I've set it right here. And this worked fine. Okay, just... How can we do this? I'm going to not make it a singleton. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to not make it a singleton, which means a init's not going to get called, but that's fine. I just want to break into this to see if Crosshair, when it's not a singleton, to see if Crosshair has a value. KS says, Matthew, I love your game. Yep, all the love for Matthew's game. How do I ban KS? Just ban him. As a matter of fact, ban Matthew too. It's just me and Brandon now. Just me and Brandon. That's it. Nobody else. Just ban everybody. Matthew, can you ban KS? And then when you're done banning KS, ban yourself. All right, so let's see. Oh, wait, let me restart this. Okay, so we're going to see if Crosshair has a value once we get to this breakpoint here, because it's really weird. In which case, if it does have a value, then the fact of it, I know the issue. No, I was going to say the issue is that we never construct it, but we do construct. We were constructing it right here. Right? So here. So if I go to this, then KS probably, I mean, I'm pretty sure it does have a value. Crosshair has a value. Okay. Perfect. When it's a singleton, I mean, I guess we could construct it. So I'm pretty sure this is the issue right here. The fact that we're doing this, I'm fairly certain that is the issue. I just don't understand why. But let's test that theory, right? Excuse me. So we would just do... let me see. Let me find the pattern. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I'm not even... let's... What the hell? Let's be brave. Let's do it in a constructor. I know Matthew grimaces at constructors, but let's do it in a constructor anyway. Okay. Construct, and then let's go back to our code. Let's put the init back in. All right. Perfect. That is weird. I want to... do it as early as possible. I'm doing it in the constructor. Try doing it quicker. Okay. All right. So, okay. So that's attached. Let's run it. Constructors are fine. Not always. They're not always fine. They're in Unity. They're not always fine. Because sometimes you might be in a situation where you have to have an asset that is constructed. In which case you need to do it in like a wake or start or something like that. Okay. Not in mono behaviors. Exactly. So what Matthew's kind of saying is the same thing I'm saying. So I said not in Unity, and mono behavior is like the base class for a lot of, like, if you look at the code, mono behavior is like it's basically what everything derives from. So within the confines of Unity, they're not always good. I'm doing too many things at once. I'm getting distracted. They're not always good. Sometimes you need to do things like I said, sometimes certain assets need to be, you are going to make an assumption that an asset already exists. And if you do it in a constructor, that's too soon. The asset that you're assuming exists because you need it to exist for whatever reason, hasn't been constructed yet. Okay, so let's see. Okay, come over here. All right, so I think it's going to work now. So crosshair has a value. It is interesting that I can't just construct it here. Right? Like, why can't I do that? Like, so I was just doing this. That is interesting. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure why that. I think for some reason instance isn't properly set. Is it? No, wait a minute. I think I see why. Since it's static, you have to call the constructor. No, wait, no. It's like a chicken and egg thing. How could we test this? How could we test this? All right, I have an idea. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to create a second constructor. It's going to take an int. Doesn't matter. It's just, you'll see, it's going to make sense in a second, right? And then we're going to do debug log. Map labeler private constructor called, and then I'm going to put this private constructor paren that called, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a debug message down here. I'm going to think about this for a second. This is going to be the default constructor. Now I'm just going to put, and I'm going to have this one use the int constructor. It doesn't matter why. Okay, so I just want to see which one do you think will get called first? I believe the default constructor will get called first, then this one. And I think the reason that is I'm actually not too sure. I think it has some, it's like a chicken and egg thing. No, Matthew's sitting there talking about best practices and stuff. So I'm just talking about, this is like a C# curiosity. I'm gonna move. So here, I'll move this static instance down towards the other constructor so you can see better what I'm doing. So here, I'm gonna try and do the singleton thing again with the initialization I had. So I want to see which constructor gets... Well, I guess let's just do a breakpoint. That's also another way to do this. Okay. I think the default constructor is going to get called first. I think. Okay. Let's run it and see. This is interesting. This is like a C# curiosity. Curious thing about C#. Let's see. Oh, I didn't attach. Okay, but okay, so we still have the log messages. The int got called first. So this got called first. Really? So then why didn't my code work? Private constructor. And it actually calls the map labeler constructor 3 times. So this is a static, so it's going to invoke this. It's going to... Ooh, man, that's tricky. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just work here, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We know what the issue is. So let's just, it's making a new one. Yes, it's making a new one, but yeah, no, I don't want to think about it too much. It's going to hurt my brain because and plus I'm thinking like I'm thinking in terms of C++ too. So that's another thing I need to keep in mind. So let's just move on. Let's just move on. All right. Okay. Let's come over here. We'll come over here. We'll nuke that. So this should work now. And then we have the init here, which is fine. This is fine. This is fine. I think we can just go ahead and do these, and we're going to come over here, and then we're going to come over here, and we're going to do these, and then we're going to do these, and then we're going to do that, and now we're good. I'm going to put that line back. Okay. So I think we're pretty good on the input stuff. Let's just give it. Let's give her the old 1-2. Let's give her the shocker and see if what happens. Sometimes you just got to give them the shocker. Just give them the shock of their life. All right, let's see. All right, over here. Okay. All right. Escape, escape. Boom. 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 All right, perfect. All right, let's commit this code. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Thanks for reminding me to check in this code. All right, we got a lot of stuff here. Map labeling. Yeah, I guess we did mess with that. Input manager, obviously. The pause menu controller. Yeah, I guess we did mess with that too. I don't know when we modified the URP stuff, but whatever. I'm not gonna the graphics. Oh, I did change the. All right, so let me go back and change the projects. I'm going to keep the. I'm just going to put this to 0.14. This is to 0.1. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, so we changed all of that. We got the settings, and we got that. We got that. We got these. Okay. Okay. Inputting. She's a 3-input type of gal. All right, there we go. And boom. All right. Boom. Come on. All right, cool. So, now what? That's a good question. That is a good question. I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to merge. And then we're going to merge this. Then we're going to check out the GitHub stuff, and we're going to I mean, can we all agree, like, this is an attractive woman, don't get me wrong, but can we all agree that that is a terrible picture? Like, that is just a horrible picture. Like, that's not a good picture. That's not a flattering picture. And I will also, yep. Let's go back to our guiding light, our shining star. The reason that we do the stream, Francesca Estevez. This is why we do the stream. This young woman, she is, when we get lost in the stream, when we're like, where are we going? What is our purpose? We remember her. That is why. That is why we do the stream. Okay. So I'm going to merge this. Oh, I haven't even. I should probably get like main menu. Settings doesn't have to work. Maybe we can actually just hide settings and then do main menu for now. All right, so let's do that really quick. It should only take a second. Matthew with the picture of the star, the shining star, our beacon. Hello there, the darkness in my nightmares, or whatever. That's who she is. She's the light in our nightmare. Okay, pause menu. All right, and then I think it's this one. I gotta tell you, I'll say this again. I kind of like the UI document stuff. I don't hate the UI document stuff. I don't know why, like, Matthew was just like completely against. Like, I mentioned it to him, and I have never heard somebody that, like, I don't even want to talk about the words that he used. It was ridiculous. Okay, so the settings, can we just hide this? Let's see. Is there like a visible? There has to be like a enabled. Well, that's not necessarily visible. It could still be disabled. All right. Wait, display. Passive. Visibility. Well, okay. I think that's good. I think it's going to look great. And then the main menu. So let's go over to the pause menu controller. All right. Pause menu controller. I don't even. Okay, yeah. Can we do some like nice syntactic sugar here, like this and like this and like that? Is that valid C#? No? How would we do that? What if I just surround the whole thing in parentheses? Is that valid? No. There's got to be some like syntactic sugar. There's got to be a way to do this. Oh, wait. Do I do it like that and then like this? Okay. That works. That works. Okay, perfect. I signed up at work at my florist job. I signed up to actually do some. Oh my God! Just do the fucking test. Oh my God! Stop it! Oh my God! Anyway, as I was saying, I don't like it like that. As I was saying, I at work, I actually, I mean, I was like, there was some development that needed to be done. There were some flower arrangements that needed to be arranged, and I was like, I'll do that. I'll do that. And and I tried to start today, but there's a problem with the VPN because you need to get onto the VPN before you can actually do the flower arrangements. And but I was like thinking, I was like, oh God, like I haven't written a line of C++ code in like probably like I want to say like 2 months. It's been a while. It maybe a little longer. But and I purposely signed up for this work because like I don't want to forget it. Like, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, what did I want to do? This is the main menu. So there's something like the scene loader. Yeah, scene loader. Is it instant? Is this? No. I do this somewhere else. Let me see. Scene loader. Oh. I didn't realize that it's a scene. Wait a minute. Oh, the scene loader. The scene loader is something. No, scene manager. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. I don't know why this is in here. I don't know if this is something Matthew added or if this is something that I mean, it's either Matthew or me added this, but I'm not sure if it's something that I added. It's probably just because AI told me to. Okay, but I guess I could just do scene manager, load scene, main menu screen name, which I think I already have a setting for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just main menu. Okay, let's test that. Let's see if that works. And then we'll actually have a proper way to actually quit the game. That's pretty exciting. Well, actually, I mean, like, I don't know that I should be so excited that you'll actually be able to close the game. Actually, we should make it so it's unclosable. What if we made it so every time... Yeah, that's it. I got it. This is how we're going to make a ton of money off this game. No, never mind. I was going to say what it would do is you would have to pay to close it. Yeah, but that would probably break some term of service somewhere. Okay, let's see. So we're going to come over here, and then we're going to go there. Perfect. It's almost like a real game. Okay, cool. All right, let's check this in. Pause menu can take you to the main menu screen. Exclamation point, not a semicolon, but an exclamation point. That's exciting. All right. So now what we can do? Why is my naughty boy browser loaded? I don't like that. All right, so let me see. Come over here. Initial implementation of the pause menu. All right. Need a good emoji for that. Let's ask Rock. Why don't you have a release branch that the GitHub Action looks at so not every single push will churn a build? It's going to be tied to master. Right now it's tied, right? And that's not how it works now even. Right now it's tied to the development branch on which I was working on. I have a commit, or no, let's see. I have a PR with the title of blah, and I need a good emoji. Recommend some. guess we'll go with the video game controller. All right. This PR is the initial implementation of the pause menu and allows you to actually exit the game. Goof night, guys. Are you heading out, KS? Are you going to bed? Go to bed. Good night. Thanks for joining, KS. I'll see you on Wednesday. You better be back here. 6 o'clock. Stat. Don't be late. Okay. Enhancement. What else we got here? I guess it's a UI component kind of change, right? Yeah. All right, project is this. we have strayed a little bit from the objective system. All right, no, that's fine. Okay, well, milestone. Yes. All right, perfect. All right, we're gonna do a squash and merge. Squash and merge. Bed for me after this too. Got a somewhat normal routine back over the weekend. Yeah, I noticed that. It was like 9 o'clock our time, and Not Sure and I were talking, and we're both like, where's that wanker Matthew? And like, we only use that word. Like, Americans never use the word wanker. I mean, but I feel like every other word that a British person says is either wanker or cunt. So, or maybe cunt is more of an Australian thing. Okay, so get checkout master, get pull rebase. Actually, I should probably do a get fetch. Get fetch. Let's, and then what is it called? I think it's just Windows, right? Windows.yaml. Oh God. Oh wait, I didn't actually get checkout. What is it called? It's called dev. Don't tell me. What is it called? I think it's called action. Actions 1, I think. Is it action 1? Yes. All right. Get rebase master. Come on. There should be no conflicts. Get push force. All right, so that should be good. I don't know if that's going to kick off a build or not, but it doesn't really matter. Also, let's see. Okay, so the main thing I wanted to look at here, I wanted to do some cleanup of this. I liked this functionality. So there's actually a little, there's actually an action step that, like, so GitHub Actions, you can kind of publish actions that you can share and then other people can use in their projects. So this one was, it's like a Discord notification thing. I was like, oh, that'd be cool to kind of like have a little notification that says, hey, this is building, or like, hey, this has been published. This thing, it only works on Ubuntu. It only works on Linux, actually. It only works on Linux. I was like, eh. So I just commented it out so I wouldn't forget about it. So a lot of these are copied from a C++ project that I have. So a lot of them, not all of them are applicable. All right, so this. So like to address Matthew, so this is like right here, right? This line basically says, hey, only take this action if this is on the dev/action branch, and obviously you can modify, you can add more. This line basically says, only take this action if these files have been modified. So I kind of think for now we can just if anything's modified, just do a new build. And then pull requests. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but pull requests. So basically the only one, and then this is going to change to master, right? So no, Matthew, we're not kicking off a build with every commit, Matthew. Like, this is not my first rodeo, Matthew. All right. I'm being a little hard on Matthew tonight. That's what she said. Ha! No, I'm kidding. All right. This, I think I'll leave this here. I'm going to change this. Let's actually, let me go back and then, so what was this? This was dev action 1. I'm not going to merge it. I'm not going to merge this right now because I'm going to fool around with this a little bit. But I want to, there. Fuck, I had a thought and I completely lost it. What the fuck did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to fool around with these options a little bit. So where did we see that stuff? Is it here? Here. Ah, no music. It's so quiet without the music. All right, so skipped activation. Build profile. So that's the build asset. So that's the, yeah, well, like I had Windows test, so this would be Windows. This says Windows demo instead. Name of the build, also the folder in which the build would be stored, build's path, build method. Versioning, configure a specific version strategy. Semantic. Oh, how about you let me set the version number? Okay, versioning out of the box, recommended. Compatible with all platforms, does not modify your repository, requires 0 configuration. How it works: generates a version based off semantic versioning, follows major, minor, patch, for example, 0.17.2. The latest tag dictates major, minor, defaults 00 for no tag. The number of commits since the last tag, if any, is used for patch to increment. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Manually add a tag to a commit that follows major, minor versioning convention. Optionally, the version number can have a V prefix. Okay. Just calm down for a second. Just stop. I want to look. How do I do this again? So I'm going to go to GitHub and I want to see if I can find any examples, right? So Unity Builder, this is going to be path star.yaml, and then so we're going to not only look for Unity Builder, but what was that other thing called? It was versioning is the string. So Unity Builder, and then we're going to look up versioning. See if anybody's using versioning. Hello? Okay, I was going to say. Versioning semantic. Versioning custom. Okay, so here's an example of version custom, or custom versioning. I want to see what this guy does. Auto versioning? What is this? Auto versioning tagging. Let's check out. So this guy is actually, so he's using an action to actually increment his versioning. Okay. So, well, wait a minute. How does the, okay, Unity build and release. Okay, so what do we have here? Steps, we got the cache Unity. Get version info using the GitHub API. Echo version, GitHub output. Build Unity project for Windows. Versioning custom. Oh, okay. So, okay, so you can do versioning and then specify a version string. I don't hate that. I like that kind of. Build name. Ooh, look at the. Okay, so this. Oh, ooh. Okay, 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 okay. Calm down for a minute. Just calm down for a minute. So. Oh, wait, that's just the name of the folder. I don't know that that's the name of his executable. Does he have a build Mac? I'm just curious. He has a build Linux, but what about... No, he doesn't. Okay. 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 He is doing something that I'm going to steal that I kind of like, because I do like the Discord functionality. So I guess you would just do that under a different... Yeah, right? Like it would just be Discord notification. Okay. Yeah. AI gets me. AI gets me. So Discord start notification runs on Ubuntu latest. Okay. Discord webhook. It's using my secret disabled. Okay. This is all pretty much the same, but not quite. All right. So we got this. Okay. So that's good. It does seem like a little bit of overkill just to stand up a VM, or I guess it's actually a container, to just kind of launch a container that's just specifically just sending a Discord message. But you know what? I'm not paying for the compute power. It's GitHub that's paying. It's actually Microsoft. Bill Gates has very deep pockets, so I'll let him pay for it. All right. This is actually a good example. This is, I'm going to save this one off. I'm going to put this into the save for later. All right, put that there. It's like my bookmark. Who texted me? Somebody texted me. I don't mind if you respond, but would like to chat before you do. Make sure we are on the same page. I will add you to the thread. Okay. Me multiple times. The product manager of the florist company. I think how many times did he call me? He called me a couple times. All right, well, he's gonna have to wait. Yeah. Oh shit. What did I just do? Go back. Okay. All right, so that's a good example. Let's see if we can find something else. Okay, so versioning, semantic. Okay, another custom version. This actually looks like a nice little project. This actually looks pretty mature. Look, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm just looking at how nice their repo looks. But honestly, a lot of times, like a nice looking repo, how nice your repo looks actually oftentimes is a reflection of how mature the product is. I mean, if you're spending time making your repo look nice, then you probably are you're probably doing something right. Like, look, they've got releases. I wonder if these are automated. So they're I'm wondering if they actually do, because you can automate all of this, right? You can have it so that when you do a certain tag or a certain push to a certain branch or whatever, that it it just suddenly goes, it spins up a build, it publishes it, it versions it, so I'm curious to see what they have automated here. Actually, I just realized a good way also would be to just star the repo. That would be another way than actually sending a link on Discord. All right, so let's see. Workflows. Unity Builder. So they're not Okay, so they're actually they're also doing a custom builder. And then what is this? Setup with Python. What are they doing with Python? Tree user, move folder, list contents. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Like this is doing quite a bit. Configure AWS. So they're pushing some stuff to like a bucket. They're signing. Do you actually? That's a good question from Matthew. Do you have to sign your executables to publish them to Steam? I would imagine so, but I don't think I've seen you mention it, and I don't know that I've seen anything about it. But do you? So that's actually, it looks like what this guy is doing. So it actually looks like he's actually pushing. Yeah, like he's signing his, and I'm not sure. Configure AWS. So you can't sign on Linux. There's really no signing on Linux. He has a Slack. So he actually has notifications going through Slack. Ha! Ah! That's pretty cool. Activate Unity. So this is iOS Builder. Check QA. This is another good. Excuse me. 9 Chronicles is a fully open-sourced online RPG without servers. Like Bitcoin or BitTorrent, the gamers and miners connect to each other to power a distributed game network set in a vast fantasy world. It is governed by its players and supported by a complex economy where supply and demand are the greatest currency. That actually sounds pretty cool. I want to check out their website. I'm kind of envious of this project. Yeah, allow all. What the heck? Okay. This is quite professional looking. I saw a play now button. Okay. Play now. I gotta download it. Oh, Matthew. Now, I didn't know Matthew went away. No, I was just asking you because I was looking at this. I was looking at this guy's this community project, which is a very big project. But they're signing. And do you have to sign your executables or the installer, or do you have to sign anything in order to publish to Steam? This is quite a little impressive. This isn't even a little project. This is actually a very impressive project. But it looks like it's probably professional, it probably is a company. I went downstairs, but I was listening on headphones. No signing, just a build. Really? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Planetarium. What is Planetarium? Who is this? We bring freedom and modability to massive multiplayer games. Yeah, this is an interesting project, but yeah, they're like signing their executable. It looks like I guess they're building like Android and everything. Oh no, that's a pretty impressive project. But I don't think it's just a project that some guy is working on with a couple of people he met while doing a stream on YouTube. This looks like it's actually professionally built. Versioning none. I am going to add. Okay, so I do like this. So I'm going to do this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add versioning. Where did we go? Just so I kind of don't forget how it works. Versioning. Okay, so this is custom. All right. No. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do versioning semantic. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to comment that out. And then I'm going to do Versioning. Semantic. We'll just stick with semantic versioning. It says build name St. Aveline. I kind of want to do that just to see what happens, right? Like, I mean, look what the AI is putting in. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try this. I'm relying on an AI quite a bit, but Steam staff check your build for release candidate, but that's way off. No signing, just a build. You have to sign it up. Well, I don't mean like physicals. I meant like signing your executables. All that legal stuff when setting up. Yeah, I'm sure you got to do some stuff like that when setting up the Steamworks account. All right. It seems like it would be pretty straightforward to kind of... Maybe. Okay. I am going to commit this, and then that will launch a build, and then I'm not going to... I mean, it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to do the build. So, and that's with some caching. So I am going to actually just... let me see. How do I do this? What was I going to do? What was I going to do? I completely forgot what I was going to do. Semantic St. Aveline. Okay. Versioning. Okay. Trying some new things. Like, I'm a Catholic girl in her first year of college. All right. There we go. And... commit and push. Steam handles a few things internally, like the Mac OS issue you have when trying to game. Steam fixes that. I actually saw that somewhere, like when I was looking at these, when I was looking through these scripts, when I was like searching on GitHub for examples of this, I actually saw somebody do that. I wish I had marked that, but I actually saw where they were like, change mod. Cops and robbers. What's this? Okay, this isn't. Oh, an abandoned project, I guess, updated 4 years ago. But it looks like they actually had, let's see, they had a Unity build. Okay, let me look at actions. No workflows. Okay. All right, so I did launch a build. I'm curious to see. Okay, so I think build notifications. Look at that. The bot started working. And then Matthew's already liked it 100%. So that's pretty cool. So that's working right away. And it even has my trying some new things, like I'm a Catholic girl in her first year of college. Although it looks like I misspelled college. Okay. Oh, no, I said first year of college. All right. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Discord notification. All right, so that's all running. And then, so this build, so if I wake up tomorrow and this is good, what I will do is I will merge this. I'll merge what this is for now. Probably change this. Probably will do all the builds in here. So on my old project, or not on old projects, what I would do is I would have a different. So see how this is windows.yaml. I would basically have a different YAML file for each operating system, and in that way, and for C++. That's pretty helpful because oftentimes you have to have different libraries depending on the OS. I'm not sure how much of a thing that's going to be here. I'm super curious to see how this is probably not going to work. I'm probably going to get an error, aren't I? Build name St. Aveline, path St. Aveline, and then this is what I'm naming it. So it would be St. Aveline Windows release. Anyway, so I don't know if it makes sense to kind of have them all like have a like kind of do it like I did where I have a YAML file per OS, or if I just have one monolithic YAML file. I guess they both have their pros and cons. Oh, and actually, the older build actually did find like a couple of like little issues, like, oh, this one thing doesn't have a script. So let me actually look at those. And I'm actually surprised that that was not a build error. Or I'm sorry, I was actually surprised that it did not break the build. And then how could I make it so it does break the build? Like, that's another question. Okay, so let's see. Third-party free open building 111 post-processing volume prefab. You are trying to save a prefab with a missing script. So what is this post-processing volume prefab? Why do I even need a post-processing volume prefab? Let me see. Right here. Prefab has missing scripts. Open prefab to fix the issue. Okay, let's see. Script. I don't think I need the prefab. Why do I need this prefab? Actually, I'm pretty sure the prefab is doing nothing right. Post-processing. I think I could probably get rid of that. Important info. I think I can get rid of that too. If you want to use nav mesh, then you have to uncheck navigation static checkbox. Okay. Literally nothing on it. Yeah, I think I'm going to delete that and also delete the important info. I think. Yeah, delete it. I'm going to delete important info too. Hopefully there's nothing here. Here. I'm gonna send the important info to Matthew and see if there's anything important that is it important info? Is it really important info? There we go. All right. Delete that. All right, so delete that. So that should take care of that. That should actually just take care of that build error, that build issue. Then there were these other things. Office building FBX is self-intersecting and has been discarded. So this is a mesh, the polygon of mesh. So there's actually a bunch of these self-intersecting. You could see what I have on my mind, all right? You can see what I have on my mind. But there's a bunch of these self-intersecting error messages. I see something here. Sorry, I'm looking at something over here. All right. So, we got that all done. Oh, okay. And then you have the builds down here. Okay. I don't hate this. Make sure weld vertices is toggled in those mesh prefabs. Okay, so this is officebuilding.fbx. Let's look that up. Office building. I think this is the FBX. They're both the FBX. Okay. Weld vertices. All right, let me look here. Where would that be? Weld vertices. Make sure it is toggled. So I toggled on. Okay. It is toggled on. Yeah, it is toggled on. So I don't know what the issue there would be then. It is a pickle. That is a pickle and a burger all in one. I'm getting hungry, man. I'm so tired too. I'm angry because I should probably end the stream now because last night my plan was to get out of bed at 5 o'clock. I wanted to get out of bed at 5. And so I was like, well, let me push my bedtime routine. I'm going to move it up a half hour. I want to get up an hour earlier than normal. So let me push everything up a half hour. And my plan. So I actually fell asleep probably around 10 o'clock. And I promptly took the time to just sleep more. That's what I did. I ended up getting out of bed at 5 o'clock, around 6 o'clock. I got out of bed around 6 o'clock this morning. So I really want to try getting up at 5:30 tomorrow. Like my wife, she is ridiculous. She gets up. She's not just up. She's out of bed and like downstairs and doing stuff. 4 o'clock in the morning. She's up. She's cleaning the kitchen. She's working out. She's doing this. She's doing that. Folding clothes. Listening. Like, 4 o'clock. But then again, like she's probably, I mean, the door's shut. She's probably in bed right now, like about ready to fall asleep if she hasn't fallen asleep already. Let me see how this build's doing. So I'm quite happy that these actions actually worked out. I mean, they seem to be working pretty well. I mean, there's still some kinks we need to work out, but you know, it's all going to work out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we still have that. Oh, I should probably put, you know what? This is the beauty of CICD is that I can just push this code and it will build while I sleep. Build while I sleep. You plebe. See, it's going to do all the heavy lifting while I'm asleep. Ugh. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we'll have to figure out. I was going to say we'll have to figure out like a tagging and versioning and release cadence and all of that. But you know what? We don't even have a game. What am I sitting here talking about? Like, oh yeah, we're going to figure out like a release cadence and versioning and, you know, where we're going to upload this and we're going to get it on Steam. And like literally all you do is walk around and you create labels of a map and then you tell an NPC to go to those. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. The NPCs don't even shoot you. They shoot themselves. So what am I sitting here talking? Like, this is often how it is. Like I take great satisfaction. Like, and this is like what I was talking about earlier, Matthew, like when I was like, what, a text file, it's ghetto. Like, because I take great satisfaction. And again, this was instilled to me early on in my developmental years as a developer, in my developmental years as a developer. But I take great satisfaction in having like a nice, like automated build pipeline where the versions are automatically incrementing and you have the commit hash in the file name. And like I take great satisfaction in that. And then like, and then also having like the version number accessible somewhere within the program itself. Like that, and that just is like, that's just, it just gives me the warm and fuzzies. It gives me the warm and fuzzies. But speaking of warm and fuzzies, I am going to try and get to that cadence of getting to sleep a little bit earlier so I can get up a little bit earlier. I overshot my hand last night, right? So I think if I push everything back by a half hour, maybe I can get up at 5:30. Get up at 5:30. I think that's what I'd like to do. Get up at 5 because like I have noticed that like I enjoy running an hour and a half to 2 hours after I wake up. That's like the sweet spot, because it's like that at that point, like I've got all the sleep out of me, but my testosterone level is still high, because if you didn't know this, your testosterone level is highest in the morning. So your testosterone is still high. So my testosterone is still high. So I still have that boost that testosterone gives you. My doctor, oh my God. Like I want to go, like I'm an older guy. I had my testosterone tested a few years ago. And it was like 500, right? And which is fine, but it's on the lower end of fine. And I'm like, no, like, I mean, they say that like, you know, you probably wanted it between like 900 to like 1100. And like, you know, like if you're working out, then you want it even more. And, so I was like talking to my doctor, and like twice now I've asked him if he can give me testosterone, because I'd like to go in testosterone shots. And he's like, well, you know, you should really try natural means to get a blah, 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 blah. He's a low T guy. He's just low T. Now, he's actually probably not. He's, you know, but whatever. No, I like that doctor. I mean, I've been with my doctor literally since like 2003. But he's kind of pissing me off, but it's okay. He gives me my Ambien, which I need to get off the Ambien, because that is just Swiss cheese for your brain. Yeah, I am being dead serious when I say that for about the past 4 or 5 years, I am pretty sure I have been experiencing cognitive side effects of the Ambien. So, and it's just going to get worse. But I still take it every goddamn night, because I love my sleep, and I'm just like, I'm not going to be able to sleep without it. And speaking of sleep, I'm going to head out of here a little early tonight. Matthew, Lisa, KS, Brendan Martinez, everybody who stopped by, thank you for joining me. I'm super curious to see what this build says tomorrow. Let's see. Is it still building? It's still building. So I like I said, like, having like a build system that will just automatically build and tag and push and release, it's like this project here, this 9 Chronicles project, like this is a nice little project. Like this is the kind of repo that I want people, when they come to our project, I want them to see a repo and think like, these guys really know what they're doing. Yeah, yes sirree. So anyway, all right, boys, thanks for joining me. I will be back on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. I'm actually thinking about pushing it up to 5 o'clock so that we can end earlier, but we'll see. But then again, I'm leaving next week, so that's going to screw everything up. All right, boys, Matthew, get some sleep. Everybody else, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.